Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of the United States of a Movie. We're the show that tries to make every day a fun day as we get together and we try to talk movies as often as we can. It's been pretty tricky for the most recent weeks. Things have just been flying past us at great speed. We've been hard to pin down, and that's why this week we're doing the greatest NASCAR movies ever made. We're still doing our specials. We have done 2 trips around the US. We have decided the best movie for each state in these United States. We're still having some fun, and this week we turned left and we went real fast. And things kind of came off the rails, and we're going to get back to that one in a little bit. Before we do, though, we're going to welcome back my amazing co-hosts, currently both in Arizona. Ooh,
that's
it's
right.
Very exciting. So, Ryan Sandler, welcome back to the show, buddy.
God, it's so great to be here. I feel like I myself have done 500 laps at Daytona just to get to this point and to finish last.
And Will Hirsch as well, still in the middle of his very own video store, but this time he's brought all of his Blu-rays, all 10,000 of them, to Arizona. He cannot be separated them for more than 5 minutes. Will, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here, and I consider myself the Lonnie Anderson of this podcast because these movies happen to me against my will.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
Let's give no context for that. Let's not even talk about that movie. Let's just
the chloroform of movies.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know, Will and I actually met up for dinner last night, and I fully expected him to show up with like a green screen attached to him with his DVD picture shot in the background.
It's got to come with me everywhere.
Trying to get through the doorway, like having a pivot.
Yeah, this time around, this special, we picked and chose.
How did we even decide on to do a NASCAR thing? Is NASCAR even on right now? What is happening?
I'm sure we discussed it in the last episode, but that was 6 years ago. I don't remember. So
the World Cup of car things.
Yeah.
It's just because honestly, it's like so many of our specials.
I think we just wanted to watch Days of Thunder again.
I think that's exactly what we wanted to do, and boy, oh boy, was it great. I love that Days of Thunder has one note from me, and it's just straight up. My only note for Days of Thunder is pure cinematography and film stock. And I think honestly, when Ryan, when you started watching it, you were just like, man, they just don't make
movies. I think I specifically said movies don't look like this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, movies don't have atmosphere. And Will and I were talking about this last night. We were comparing Days of Thunder to F1, and like they're both like structurally very similar, but F1 has this almost clinical, pristine aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
And Days of Thunder just looks like a greased up rag rubbed against the camera.
It gets down in the dirt, this movie, and it's all the better for it. Like, this is a gorgeous looking movie.
Stunning.
You know, I'll get into my opinions about the movie overall later, but I'll say this is a movie I'm probably going to buy on 4K because I'm like, God, it's just gorgeous to look at.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Honestly, yeah, we were circling the idea of kind of doing a special, comparing the sort of the Tony Scott's Top Gun and Days of Thunder versus Joseph Kosinski's Top Gun and F1, and I know exactly what you guys mean. As much as because F1 and Days of Thunder also have the overlap of having Hans Zimmer doing the music, and then when you're watching F1, you'll go, "Ooh, he's going a bit Days of Thunder-y. There it is, there it is."
Yeah.
So there's all these kind of like these parallels, it's after watching recently just so many recent movies, and then Mrs. and I watched this, which was, I'll admit, had some funny moments, but it was a Netflix rom-com with J-Lo and Brett Goldstein. And, it had this hilarious moment with the C word, which is just brilliant.
That's the best part of the movie. It's the only thing I remembered. I think when I texted you earlier, I was like, you don't even need to watch the movie, just watch this one scene. Yeah. Because it's very funny.
But the sort of, it was the most unimaginatively flat shot, boring. It's like, it's shot on an iPhone with someone that doesn't even know that iPhone has a cinematic setting.
It's algorithm the movie. Yeah. Is how I describe it.
And then you put on Days of Thunder, and it's like,
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
it's like, oh, we've got Charlotte Motor Speedway, and the sun is always setting because it's Tony Scott in the 80s and
Uh-huh.
90s.
Yeah.
It is, and it's just like, gentlemen, start your engine. And just like the guys were saying, you can almost see the dirt on the lens.
Yeah. This
And
movie just has atmosphere.
it's
Yeah.
just, it's got the Riz, man. It's got Tony Scott. It's just, it's everything that's wrong with modern movies
Yeah.
is shown in this one. Like, that is celluloid. That is check the gate. That is just heavy cameras.
You can
and
see
situations.
you could see the tape holding the film together with specks of cocaine all over it. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, this movie was completely no joke made by cocaine,
Oh yeah.
greed, and just
Mhm.
insanity. Like when like the behind the scenes drama of this movie, the most insane fights ever, and then you see the movie and you're like, wow,
How did this happen? Yeah.
yeah, like because it's the most movie ever. It's the movie.
It's
Like,
Tom Cruise.
have you seen a movie? You've seen this movie. Like,
It's I saw a great
It's
stand-up
movie the
clip.
sequel.
Yeah. I saw a great stand-up clip 2 days ago. It's this guy talking about Tom Cruise and how, like, have you ever seen the movie Cocktail, where he's a really, really good guy at making cocktail, and then he loses confidence in himself, and then he meets a pretty woman, and he gets that confidence back, and he makes the best cocktails ever. And then there's the movie Top Gun, where he's the best pilot ever, and then he loses confidence, and he meets a really pretty woman, and he gets his confidence back. And Days of Thunder is exactly the exact same.
Oh my god, that's every Tom. It's fucking.
It is.
every '80s Tom Cruise movie is the
The
exact same.
The Color of Money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What's the one where he's banging the prostitute? Minority Report.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
oh yeah. You're saying movie. I was going to name his address.
But like, I remember doing my show EPAD on Cinemax, and we had this list about what makes Days of Thunder different from Top Gun, and it's like he's in a car and goes fast, in a jet and goes fast. He's in a racing suit instead of a flight suit, and it's not Kelly McGillis, it's Nicole Kidman. They are exactly the same movie with exactly
The
the
only
same team.
difference is his haircut.
Right?
Yeah.
But this is why I don't understand how, with Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer and this bag of cocaine, how there could be so much like, we should do this or do that. And I'm, just do the same
Yeah.
thing. It's like the joke from 22 Jump Street. Just do the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the hubris. It's the hubris of coming off of Top Gun, like at the fucking top of their game, thinking they're like, we got it, we can do it again. And then I think there was just a lot of drama behind the scenes going into this movie, and this movie went way the fuck over budget. And it's
Yeah.
honestly a miracle it came together, and it's still like, I think the Rotten Tomatoes on this is like 30% or something.
Yeah,
It's like insanely low.
The tomatometer is not great. And I tell you what, time has been kinder to this movie because it's just pure nostalgia now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
The soundtrack, oh my
Yeah.
god. it's so
Yeah. There's a lot going on. Like, for all the chaos behind the scenes, the fact that this movie is just watchable and like completely fine,
Yeah.
that's a miracle. Like, this movie should be a disaster.
good. Right.
And yet you watch it and you're just like, yeah, okay. That's
And
that's a movie.
technically a prequel to Talladega Nights.
technically because of the
Technically.
John C.
Riley.
Riley.
That's
You
right.
know,
Mhm.
I love that bit. I mean,
I
honestly,
think it's one of his first movies too.
it's one of the first movies I saw him in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so like, and he was just turning up as this character actor, and we'll get to Talladega because that's where John C. Riley changed in everybody's brain. Everyone's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
this guy is also fucking hilarious.
Mhm.
When the hell
Yeah.
did this happen? Because I'm just used to him turning up in Gangs of New York and, you know, turning up
Yeah.
in The Aviator and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, this movie, like, well, let's just talk Days of Thunder, because I remember being like 10 and seeing the posters, like even driving around. I was in France for one of my school trips, and there's all these Tom Cruise Days of Thunder, like big billboards are up all over France, and I'm like, yes, that's the guy from that plane movie. Yes, I want to see this movie. And honestly, I've always loved this movie. This is one of those, when it comes to Tony Scott movies, I sit down, and I once did it with my buddy. It was late at night. It was like 9 o'clock, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to watch Top Gun and then Days of Thunder and then Beverly Hills Cop 2?" And he's like, "Yeah." So we did, and it was the greatest 6 and a bit hours of
Yeah.
just pure.
That
This
sounds
is
like some dumb
amazing.
shit you and I would do.
during COVID. That would have been a very much, oh, I did spending the day with Ryan day.
Which one are we watching first? Yeah.
Exactly. Well, exactly. That's exactly my point. Is it's like that scene from Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
which
Yeah.
one we watching
Yeah.
first? Because I love this, and I've always loved this movie. And like watching it again, you know, the whole thing about Nicole Kidman being a neurosurgeon at 22. So basically, I want
Sure.
to see the movie about where she was basically Doogie Howser.
Right.
Yeah.
Is
At
that,
12
oh my,
years
is
old.
that how old she's supposed to be in this movie?
She is 22 in this movie. Yeah,
Whoa.
it's
But her
like so.
character's not, like, right?
Well,
That never comes up.
she looks fucking 22. So yeah, so
Yeah.
she was at medical school at 12 years old to be able to to graduate. My favorite note from the trivia of this movie is Nicole Kidman wanted to study neurosurgery to inform her character, and the producers just said, "Don't. It'll be a waste of time."
Yeah.
The,
We're
of
just
all
going to
their
put sugar packets on your thighs. You don't need to go through all that.
of all the coke fueled decisions, that's like the one moment of clarity they had. They're
Yeah.
like,
They're like,
wait,
"Mm."
no, that's a waste of time. Build my
Yeah.
own personal gym with hookers and stuff in there, but this character thing, that's a waste
Yes.
of time.
Yeah, I've always, so all three of us have actually seen this video I'm about to reference. And if you really want to go on a deep dive of Days of Thunder, watch the Patrick H. Willems
Okay.
video
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
movie that killed the 80s, is what it's called. And it honestly answered one question for me that I had always sort of like wondered. So you're watching this movie much like you're watching actually all three of these movies. These movies are filled with real NASCAR drivers. And one of the drivers that I was always like, oh, I wonder who this guy is, turns up at the beginning, turns up at the end. It's not a driver. It's the coke-filled producer, Don Simpson, trying to launch his own acting career. And apparently, that character was a pretty big character in the original script and cut. And they just, like I said, after they took away his cocaine and before his heart exploded later, these are the scenes that they left in the movie. And that was the, for me, just like, it was like, oh, I see. And kind of like what
Hmm.
Ryan was saying is, hubris? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This movie is
Yeah.
Hubris, the movie.
Hmm.
Yeah. And just remarkable that you could remove a sizable character from this movie and you would never know. There's not a beat that's missed. There's not a moment where you're confused, like, wait, was a plot line drop? Seamlessly
I'm
cut out of the movie.
I'm fascinated by what that would have been. I like my gut is like, was he replaced by Carrie Elways? Like, is that kind of what they were trying to do, or
I would almost
weird?
guess that that's what
Because
it
this
had.
movie has like so many villains in it already, or I guess the two
Right.
Yeah.
villains.
Yeah. So, but it's remarkable in that, they didn't have a finished script when they started filming. Like, it was like they were kind of making it up as they go along. But then when you see it, there's great setups and payoffs.
Yeah.
There's like, again, you would never know there was chaos here because it's such a well constructed movie.
Yeah.
It's
The beats are there.
radically efficient. There's no fat in the movie at all.
Nope.
It's crazy.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I mean this because this movie feels like it's 80 minutes. Like
Yeah.
I've seen this movie so many times and I always forget how well it is paced.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So to speak, it's got a pace car. And they are just following the pace car, and then they go out there and they hit it.
That's my favorite line of the movie. Is like, "Oh, I want you to go out there and hit the pace car." It's like, what? You hit every other goddamn thing on this track?
I want you to be perfect. Yeah, because let's talk about that. Yes, let's talk about the fact that this movie, not only looks great, sounds great. Oh my God, it sounds fucking beautiful. This
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like, just pump up the volume. But while we have Tom Cruise, Cruise Missile himself, we've got Robert Duvall. I mean, and the thing about Robert Duvall is he's like one of those guys that can just say a line and
Mm.
you believe it. I believe for a second, like not 1 second do I doubt that Robert Duvall knows everything there is to know about NASCAR. We have Randy Quaid before he went cuckoo banana pants, and I'm sorry, Randy Quaid in this movie, great. Kidman,
Yeah.
she's great. I mean, she's way too wrong. But we've
Yeah.
also got Michael
Michael
Rooker,
Rooker, yeah.
fucking fantastic as Rowdy Burns. Carrie Elwes as Russ Wheeler. What a great name. But Carrie Elwes is just such a, like, you just want to punch him in the face. Brilliant.
Oh yeah.
John C. Reilly as Buck Bretherton. Fred Thompson as Big John, president of NASCAR. It's just filled to the brim with great actors doing great things in smoke-filled rooms, in exhaust-filled rooms, in sun-setting sort of environments. I could watch this movie again right now. I fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is an utterly rewatchable movie. Like, like I said, it doesn't blow me away, but there's nothing in the movie that offends me of being like, oh, this is a waste of time or this is bad. It's just like, no, it's enjoyable to watch. I'm just not into NASCAR. I'm not into this world, but if you're gonna make me watch a NASCAR movie, this is the one I'll watch again because at least I could just be like, man,
Yeah.
everything about this movie is like executed so well.
And honestly,
Yeah, I
I've
think
been
this
getting
is.
into it. Go for it, Ryan. Go.
This is like this movie. I think for most people our age, unless you are raised into NASCAR, was like your first introduction to like stock car racing. Especially if you were at that age, you had toy cars. I actually had. I think I sent you guys a picture of it. I had the little Chevrolet Matchbox car. I'm sure I had the other one somewhere too, but this was like the equivalent of just smashing toys together. The movie, it's like so
Yeah.
great to watch this, and I think saw it at such a young age that I wasn't jaded by the, oh, this is just Top Gun but with cars. For me
Right.
as a kid, I'm like, this is just a fucking balls to the wall,
Yeah.
like adrenaline filled action movie.
Just loud and just smashy crashy. It's brilliant. Honestly, yeah, this movie came out around the same time as the 3D NASCAR game came out, where like you could play it on PC, and all anyone ever did on that game is turn around.
Yeah, and smash, yeah, for sure.
Just cause absolute fucking chaos. And it was just
If
like,
you remember that, your back hurts now.
Right.
and your knees.
Yeah.
But like, because I was looking into, as you're watching these movies, you start sort of asking yourself the question, okay, how did they do this? Like, for example, we've been talking about the F1 movie. And while the F1 movie has better reviews, tomatometer, it was an incredible experience in IMAX. It is like, it's got so much cleanliness. And it's a movie where they had a script, so to speak, but they actually then twisted up the script to match what kind of happened during the Formula One season where they were shooting. But what they were able to do is, because of 3D modeling and because of visual effects being at what they are, they're able to switch out cars. Change the livery in a way that your brain can never tell.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like if you watch some of the behind the scenes of F1, pretty incredible stuff, especially from a visual effects standpoint. Whereas this is real cars driving around. Now, stroke ace, anytime there was a crash, they would cut to a real crash from television.
Which was so bizarrely obvious.
Oh my God.
It wasn't even the same race.
Yeah, just jarring stuff. Whereas in this, I go, no, that's Cole Trickle's car. That's Rowdy's car. That's full speed. That's on a track with everybody. And the thing is that's what they were doing. These cars had to qualify and meet inspection. And then there's a few races where they sent those cars out, kind of like they were doing in the F1 movie where they had them do a procession lap. Yeah. Man, no, they had these cars run 100 miles of a real race. They got one of their stunt drivers managed to get one of the cars qualified into the top 10. It's like, so when you're seeing those moments of these cars zipping by, and instead of it just like being a random car, like, no, you can identify the hero car and the rival car. That's what they were doing. They were putting those cars out for real.
None of that feels fake in this movie.
No.
And like, again, like even seeing it so many times, I'm like, now I'm trying to analyze it a little bit more, but the part of that, like 5 minutes into this movie, all of that just goes away and you're like, oh my God, I'm just watching the movie and it's the best experience of my life.
And it's like I was saying, you got Richard Petty, Rusty Wallace, Neil Bonnet, Harry Grant, all these guys turning up.
Pele.
Sylvester Stallone. Michael Caine.
They're all turning up as themselves, but they're actually shooting at actual tracks. They're putting actual cars on those tracks during actual races. And yes, when they crash them, they fucking crash these cars. I mean, like the only thing that is like sort of like, well, I say heightened, but the only sort of like fake part of this movie is the amount of, because it's great and it sounds great, is gear shifts.
Yeah, these cars have infinite gear
downshift to
shifts.
overtake in a NASCAR.
I thought about that in this, like on this rewatch specifically, and then my brain is like, don't even care. It still fucking rules.
As in, shut up.
It's the most movie thing to ever happen is when a car is driving, they'll just shift and go 6,000 miles per hour or more. They're like, we're turning in sixth gear. What are you doing? Like,
but there are some moments, some camera placement moments where they've got the camera on the front. They've got the camera on the front of the car. It's right down by the road. They're coming around a corner. You've got race cars in front of it, and you're just like, it's visceral. It's visceral in a way that even F1 the movie couldn't quite get to that level, even though you said, oh, that's Brad Pitt and that's what's his face. Like, they're in those cars and it's brilliant. and the way the cameras could move. But there
Sure.
was just something about, like I said, you're waiting for almost like from the abyss, the camera guy to clean the
Yeah,
sort of the
yeah.
Right.
Like especially you get those shots when the characters, either Tom Cruise or Carrie Ellis, are like looking in the rearview mirror and they're just seeing behind and they're like waving, like the shakiness
The
of it. It just
vibration.
feels
Yeah.
so tactile.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
talking we were talking about this last night, like to my buddy Ryan, we were talking about F1. He's like, yeah, that movie just feels like a video game. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're right. I mean, it just has this level of polish, be it like the camera swivels. It's incredible how they mounted those cameras onto those F1 cars, but there's just something so raw about this movie
Yeah.
that you
I
just
mean,
can't mimic.
I mean, really, what fixes the problem in F1, what you're talking about, kind of like the smoothness, the cleanliness of it, is you need to see it in 40x, like I saw it.
Where your eyeballs are just
fixes-
shaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that fixes all of it. Like I said, that makes it feel like you're in a car crash for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, that fixed that problem for me. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
I love how much, like, considering Will is such a movie purist, you see so many movies in 4DX. It's
There's just something about seeing a movie that I know I'm not going to enjoy in 40x that I'm just like, even if this movie sucks, I'm having a great time. This is dumb as hell. I love it.
Besides, because I've never been, I think they just opened, we were talking about this too. I think they just opened a 40X theater out here in Arizona. Besides the seat moving and them spraying you with mist, what?
Urine, yeah.
Yeah, like what else? Like I'm picturing seeing Stroker Ace in 40X, and do they just come out and
Ned Beatty just
routine.
comes out and harasses you. Yeah. No, it's like there's like fog and wind effects in there too and stuff, and you could turn the like mister on and off, but
it seems really
that's just it.
distracting though. Yeah,
it can be, and hopefully you don't need to get up to use the restroom at any point or come back with any snacks, because trying to get back into those
my
seats,
popcorn just going everywhere.
it's just
Do you have to strap in?
I've seen a couple come back with like big popcorn and soda trying to get in those seats as they're moving, and they were not successful. It was great.
Oh, God.
That's why I gave Twisters 5 out of 5 stars.
There you go. Hell yeah.
It's like phenomenal. I'm definitely gonna go see Dune 3 in 40x. I've seen every Dune in 40x, so I'm like,
Is that just, do they just like turn on a hairdryer and blast sand into your face? That doesn't sound like
the sandworm.
Yeah, oh my God. There's actually a hole in the bottom of the seat
ridiculous.
where a sandworm comes out and inserts itself into you.
Well, you got to pay extra for that. And I did, so.
Lisan al Gaib! You start speaking in Harkonnen, and everyone's like, what the fuck is going on?
What is that? Yeah. Couldn't recommend more.
God.
Jesus.
But anyway, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Days of Thunder. It's a movie.
I mean, it really is. When you distill down the plot, it's just, even especially after like watching the Odyssey, which is plot the movie, I mean, there's still something just so endearing about this. Like this team, you get Randy Quaid's like ego. I'm buying another driver, so he brings in Tom Cruise, who's never raced NASCAR. He's only raced IndyCar.
It's halfway through the season.
The reveal that he knows nothing about cars, which is crazy. I'm like, dude, you were driving IndyCar. You should know some things about some cars.
Okay, I think that was the only thing that I was like curious about. I just don't know enough about NASCAR to understand. So I'm like, so the season is halfway over.
Yeah.
And I guess you can just come in and late in the game, and
I was sitting there trying to figure that out too. I was like, going, hang on, okay, I'm actually watching the movie, and I'm like, so we are, the season started, and then Robert Duvall's not working because he's a farmer, because there's been all this controversy of a Buddy Bretherton, who is John C. Reilly's dad, who died at a crash previously. Blah 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 blah. Cars are going quick.
Yeah. To your point though, like even because Ollie and I had this conversation when I'd first seen F1, Ollie, to his credit and his detriment, got me into F1, and by sitting me down and holding my eyeballs open and forcing me to watch a race. Now I enjoy it. And I going to see that movie, I'm sitting there with my cynical fucking glasses on. I'm like, penalty.
Yeah.
Like grid penalty. I'm like, this would never fucking happen. Like,
you get a 10-second, get a grid penalty.
Like how like this, but then we talked about it, and he's like, you gotta just like push all that away. And then the second time I watched it, I just watched it as a movie, and I'm like, okay, this is super fun. So I did the same thing with this. I wasn't trying to analyze the points and the rules and the regulations, because all that shit goes out the fucking window.
Yeah, I think it actually helps me that I don't know anything about NASCAR, because I'm like, I don't understand how this works. I also don't really care. So
Well, look, there's one
fair
movie
game.
that boils this down. It's Talladega Nights. It's pretty simple. If you
Yeah.
ain't first, you're last. That's
But
it.
but to your point, Harry has to like teach Tom Cruise's character about tires.
Yeah.
And I would think in IndyCar, tires are also very
Well,
important.
they mention it, but they also mention World of Outlaw, that he's been doing World of Outlaw, which is that one where you're driving on dirt and you're basically drifting the entire time, and you've got this weird wing that it's I used to watch and they walked away. I had all these crash videos when I was a kid. So World of Outlaw is an open wheel, but it's kind of very drifty. And the point is, basically the point is that Tom Cruise is trying to drive as fast as possible. All right. And it's like and honestly, Formula One is the same way, is you can't do that. You have to drive and you have to manage your tires, especially when you're going 500 miles or whatever it is that they're doing at the Talladega.
He says
500.
like 230 miles an hour.
So it's
back
like,
then in those
but yeah,
cars.
but it's like it's all about driving smoother, and it instead of wringing the neck of the car, sometimes the faster way to drive it is to drive it smoother and holding onto the tires, and that's why Harry's way is better. And so it's more like, I guess it's also just trying to explain to us that there is a nuance to this that is,
Yeah.
because the thing
Yeah.
is, like, yes, I will tell you this much, like, I don't exactly watch a lot of NASCAR, but once I did start sort of watching it when I was like, it was broadcasting in Asia, and I was sort of started watching it, I realized, okay, you set up a move laps before. It's everyone's at breakneck speed, and kind of like they explain as well, the point of a stock car race, the point of NASCAR is everyone's supposed to basically be in even cars. It's all about the best driver, whereas Formula One, every single one of those cars is bespoke down to the nut. They've been designed in every single way. And so it's not just who's the best driver. It's who's the best driver in the best car, considering the way they change the rules constantly and stuff like that. So from a pure racing standpoint, their argument is NASCAR is only the best driver is going to win. It's got nothing
It's
to
just
do.
so fucking boring.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, but it also goes, and it's just super, super loud. And
Yeah,
it's super
yeah.
loud and super fast, and it's just big, dumb fun. And I'm like, this movie does that.
It's one of the few sports where I'm like, the movie versions are actually way more exciting.
Big
than,
time.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Watching,
Yeah.
like F1, I can actually, like, I'm not as into it as you guys are, but F1 races on, I'm watching it because, like, those are actually, like, fun to watch. Like, I actually really do enjoy watching F1.
They can also be not so fun.
I suppose, yeah. But I mean, like, I'm constantly like, the tracks are interesting, like the techniques are interesting. NASCAR just has nothing for me. I don't know.
And it's credit to this movie for making you just driving around in a circle like really fucking engaging for 90 plus minutes.
Yeah.
You know, like
Because you're getting you're also getting this thing that you do get in NASCAR, which like it's less so. Well, actually, no, you get a lot of it in Formula One, but they're bringing in the fact that like there's so
The
much
radio chatter?
communication. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's so much chat, so you can set
And ice
up these
cream.
moments. And ice cream. Apparently based off a real thing.
I don't doubt it.
It's like I was looking into some of this stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's actually based off a real thing. That's based off a real thing. Okay, I'll go with that one. But yeah, you get a lot of Harry, this one's for you. This guy's going down. And if anyone can deliver lines like that and make you go, yeah, it's fucking Tom Cruise, man.
Yeah. There was a bit where he's like, I'm not going. He's like, no, I'm at the same speed. It's just everyone else is going slower.
I'm not going
and,
faster.
like,
Everyone else is going slower. And like John Cena, he's right. Keep going,
like,
Cole,
oh,
to
okay,
explain
yeah.
how he's going through the whole, because of course when he decides he wants to go fast. In fact, all of the drivers in all three of these movies, once they decide they want to go fast, can then
drop
go,
the
"All right,
hammer down.
I'm just gonna go past everybody.
Yeah.
Past 25 people, and we're at the front.
That's how it works, right?
There's a lot of going from last to first place in these movies. Sure. Yeah.
But like this movie is brilliant. This as in like if you want, it got criticized and it ended the relationship between Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer and Paramount, I think I wanted to say. Because it wasn't just deemed to be a big enough success. It made $150 million off a $60 million budget. It tripled its money, but it didn't make.
It didn't do Top Gun numbers. Yeah.
Right.
And so they're like,
Didn't have an original Kenny Loggins song.
right. That was
definitely that's the downfall for sure.
But
I love this fucking movie. Like he's got the rivalry with Rowdy Burns. Rowdy Burns has a horrific crash. Well, they both crash. Then it's literally every other Tom Cruise movie. Then he's got to get his groove back, so to speak. Yeah,
to talk
it's
to
the same
geese.
fucking thing.
Mhm.
And then it's so good. Then they like midway through they just introduce a new villain in Carrie Elways. Like
Yeah,
you get the one scene
Yeah.
where he's like, "Hey, I'm your new teammate," and Tom Cruise is just on the phone,
yeah.
and then he just dismisses him. And the next thing you know, he's like the most villainous, smug piece of shit you've
Yeah,
ever
he's
met in
got
your life.
like Nazi sunglasses on,
Yeah,
he's
Right.
just like he's just such a dick. He's
yeah,
such a dick.
yeah.
Which is great. You know, exactly. It's more like, okay, yes, so Cole Trickle and Rowdy Burns then sort of have a thing. Rowdy's got an injury, it's gonna seriously affect his confidence, blah blah blah. Again, who cares? You know?
But you get the thing of that. Like I love when two villains, like two opposing forces, come together and become best friends and
Yeah.
drive
Yeah.
smash Red Bull cars into each other.
Right.
That whole sequence is so outrageous when the commissioner's
Brilliant.
like, "Hey, you need to go," and you're driving together, and they're like, they immediately pull up in a stoplight, look over to a rental car place,
Yeah.
both rent cars immediately, proceed to smash them all over like Venice. I don't know where
With
the fuck
no,
they
with
are.
a
Yeah, it's great.
I
They're,
love it.
they're driving on the fucking beach. I'm like, this is outrageous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then they're
honestly,
best friends.
and they got that great shot with all the birds. And
Yeah.
apparently they got all the birds out by laying down a bunch of food, and then they ran over most of them on the first take.
Worth it.
It's
Worth it. It's
just
a
like,
great shot.
did you put the bird seed out there? No, that's the
Ugh.
cocaine. God damn it,
God.
guys.
Ah.
Yeah,
I
this
love it.
it's movie rules. This movie rules. Every time a car comes together, every time the cars go racing by, the screech of metal, the roar of engines. It's a visceral,
Nicole
visceral
Kidman's real
experience.
accent.
Yeah, go Cole.
Yeah, when he's driving in the car with her and the
Let me out of the
literally he's
car,
like trying,
Cole. Let me out of
yeah,
the car.
Yeah.
it was fucking
He was
crazy. And
letting
you
it
know it's
slip.
Tom Cruise driving this shit too. Like it's so clearly
Right.
him driving this car. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Movies used to be this. Like now, what gets
yeah.
you excited?
I mean, and the only thing getting this movie made, the only thing it cost anybody was Nicole Kidman's sanity in her life for like the next
Yeah.
2 decades.
Yeah.
It destroyed her life. I say worth it.
Hypothetical. Do you think she would come back for 2 Days, Two Thunder though?
So look, this is what I
I don't
wanted
think
to
that's
talk
happening.
about is
They rekindle their romance and get remarried?
Oh my God.
I think that AMC ad is not playing at all during the Days of Thunder 2.
Dude, you say that, but I remember when we went to see, like, I think it was Top Gun. But it's like you had Tom Cruise saying welcome back to the movies, and then you had Nicole Kidman saying this is the movies, and you're like, ooh, guys, were they in the same room for this?
Are they in the same theater?
But honestly, yes. So after the success of F1, a very, very, very profitable movie, everyone was kind of like, because they look, the most unrealistic part of F1 the movie is you've got 60-year-old guy racing
Yeah,
F1.
even Fernando Alonso is not that old.
Yeah, no, he's my age,
Yeah.
and he is
Yeah.
basically a medical miracle. So that kind of thing. Whereas, no diss to NASCAR drivers, but you aren't at the level of a Formula One driver.
Physically, yeah.
Physically, yeah, some of them look like darts players. Let's just put it that way. And so it's like you just have to kind of like go fast. Then you're not being put under the same extremes as a Formula One driver. However, that's why the whole idea of Cole Trickle coming back is sort of like everyone's like, could we get another Days of Thunder? And kind of in the same way that we made Top Gun, and in the time between Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise became Maverick. That's him flying his P-51 Mustang. That's him. Like the guy is a pilot, and Tom Cruise, he was trying to do the stunt driving in this movie.
Yeah.
Couldn't from
Yeah.
insurance purposes, but it happened because Tom Cruise is a very, very good driver. You've seen him do his stunt driving in Jack Reacher when he goes out and he was hit 180 miles an hour on his first test lap, like Cole Trickle does. I'm dropping the hammer, and he has driven like Formula One cars. So he's done videos with Red Bull. So I'm like, I would love to see a sort of Joseph Kosinski, sort of Hans Zimmer, Tom Cruise, but they make the decision to shoot the whole thing on 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean if they were to do a second one,
What would the
thing
plot of that possibly be?
I mean, this is the problem. Like,
He's racing. Here, I got it. I'll give it to you. I'll tell you what the plot is. They're replacing, in the not so distant future, all of the NASCAR cars are being replaced with AI driven vehicles. And he is the only analog one that can drive a car.
Yeah.
And he's got a. It's basically the movie Stealth, but.
Okay, I might be in. I think I'm in. I'm
And there's
sold on this.
honestly, and there's it's
And Nicole Kidman voices the other cars.
there you go. Yeah. It's the it's like nano integrated computer operation level extreme. Nicole is the AI.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. How did you do that? Did you
I'm
write
very
that down?
impressed with
Somebody
myself.
write that down.
Very
Yeah.
impressed with myself. But
Man.
it's wide open to cross over with F1 because Sonny Hayes at the end of F1, he's just going
goes to
off to
Baja,
find the next
right?
drive. He's always looking for the next drive. So bring me
They
Sonny
go back to
Hayes
karting.
and Cole Trickle in NASCARs going head to head, $1 billion there.
And
we
then,
go.
but what's the inciting thing? I mean, they're obviously we're just speculating here, but like they start out as villains and then they come
Mate, what's
best
the
friends. Like,
inciting thing? It's two things. Cars go fast, and if you ain't first, you're last. Like, what else do you need? It's just.
It's the plot of the
but
movie.
they can't
is-
both lose, so I mean,
Well,
they have to.
You know what? Actually, this is okay, and this is something that's now happened in NASCAR, and I'm pretty sure they still do this, but they changed it NASCAR. So instead of being like Formula One, where you've got the whole season, right, and you've got the most points, you win. NASCAR started doing this thing where you've now got like the championship, where you're racing and you're trying to get points, but if you finish in the top few, you then qualify to go into the championship inside the championship, where you all go head to head to try and win on a sort of like a final race kind of thing. So there's ways of now, from a very cinematic standpoint, it's a way that they came up to make sure that the races were interesting for the whole season instead of
Right.
one guy being all ahead. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, he's winning on points, but is he also going to win the championship? Which is just, again, another reason for more commercials. It's like the World Cup having commercials halfway through every half. You know, why?
Yeah.
Hydration break. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, we're just printing money and throwing it at people. That's what.
But I mean, still from a plot standpoint, because they're both such huge stars, then only one of them can technically win the movie. And just that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, unless they somehow both end up on the same team and finish first at the exact same time, how does that movie work?
Well, let's talk about how they
Does one of them
approach
die?
that situation in one of the other movies that we also did this week. Let's
Nice.
talk about Talladega Nights.
No, we don't have to.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
do
can,
it.
we can move on.
I'm gonna.
The
This is
stroke
good.
race.
But
Will
in-
refuses to either shake nor bake.
Because yes, Talladega Nights figured out a way for them to win and lose, and figured out a way for the rivals to both win and lose and appreciate each other at the same time. This is one of two Will Ferrell movies that I consider funny. Like as in I go funny. It's this one and it's Blades of Glory. The reason I know I find these movies funny is because I watched both of those movies for the first time on a plane, and I was that guy that couldn't stop laughing. It's just you hear is that someone? What is this guy
Suitable
doing?
plane movies, yeah.
And I'm just sitting there giggling my ass off. Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Back when Adam McKay was still a comedy guy, when him and Will Ferrell hadn't fallen out, and before Adam McKay decided he wanted to win Oscars and make proper movies with John C. Reilly, Sacha Baron Cohen, Michael Clark Duncan, Leslie Bibb, Jane Lynch, Amy Adams. There's a whole bunch of people in this movie alongside, like we were saying, a bunch of drivers like Jamie McMurray, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and you've got like Darryl Waltrip, you've got all these guys. This movie is jam-packed. It's got the same access that Days of Thunder has, but they're just like dialing it up to 11.
But
and
this feels like NASCAR signed on. They're like, hey, we want to make a movie it just feels like this feels so much more commercial and like NASCAR stuffed in your face than like a Days of Thunder.
right.
Like it feels like they were on board before. They're like, okay, we want to make a movie, and they're like, okay, then they had to figure out how to make a movie around that versus, hey, we want to make a NASCAR movie. Would you like to be a part of it?
Yeah. Candy. Apparently the producers pitched the movie as this. It's very James Cameron, but it's 6 words. Will Ferrell as a NASCAR driver. And they're like, done. sign it up. It's like, because it was back when it's Will Ferrell as a basketball player. It's Will Ferrell as, like, just whatever it was, you would insert Will Ferrell and it either worked or it didn't work. And I do personally think that Ricky Bobby and Chaz Michael Michaels are the two ones that, for me, work. Ryan thinks this movie is funny too.
I like this movie, yeah.
Begin from an alphabetical order. Why? What is this thing? Because I can even see it on your face right now.
I know.
There is something deep-seated within you that you hate.
I tried to ask him last night. He just went into a rage spiral.
Yeah, I just went blank and just eyes went in the back of my head and I was levitating just with anger. I mean, I've talked about this before. I really do feel like when you throw a big budget behind a comedy, that just, for me, that halves the comedy just right out the gate. And it's just, I just don't like Adam McKay. Like, I think that's what I've come to is I don't think he's funny. I don't like his sensibilities as a director. I just don't think he makes very good films. And nothing in this movie made me laugh. Nothing in this movie even made me like crack a smile. I think this is like the third time I've watched it. And I was excited to see it the first time. I saw it in theaters with like a group of friends. Like, we were excited, and just I had that feeling like 30 minutes into it being like, I don't find any of this funny. Like, everybody is shouting the entire time.
I play for keeps.
It's just everybody is constantly at 11. Everybody is the most insane character ever, and there is no grounded like normalcy throughout it. Like, Michael Clark Duncan is like the most normal human in the movie. And when he's the most normal, that's like when I'm like, oh no, there's an issue.
Everything you're saying only makes me love this movie more.
I'll come at you like a spider monkey, Will.
Yeah.
This is one where I've had to like make peace with like, look, I'm alone on my island on this. Everyone else loves this movie. There's nothing in it that I can even identify as a joke. Like, it's
you're
just
offending sweet 6 pound, 5 ounce baby Jesus right here.
Good. Be offended. I don't care. It's just things like that where I'm like, I literally don't get what the joke is. Like, what is the joke? I don't understand.
Daddy issues. You ain't first, you're last. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This is like we're racing. This is what we do. It's like shake and bake, man. That's basically, he pisses excellent.
What is it? Will is basically Sacha Cohen's character in this. He's like, what is this shake and bake? This is nonsense.
Lucky Bobby, I am here to defeat you.
Oh, he is radioactively not funny in this movie. Like, just the joke is, get this, guys, he's French. And hold on, I know that's enough for being funny, but on top of that, he's gay. Like, guys.
But also, his horses are gay.
His horses are everything.
When they do that fucking news interview, when it cuts to Andy,
what's his face? Yes, that guy.
Oh yeah. Why am I?
Andy from Conan.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, he trains the German Shepherd dogs. He blows the whistle. They all jump on the thing. Like, and he's like, he trains his horses. Who are Andy Richter? Yeah, that's right. He saved the universe. And then they cut to his horses, who are also gay. I just thought that was so fucking fun.
Mate, no, like
I'm just alone on this, and I've had to make peace with it. Where I'm
look, this
movie, I just gotta say, like, here's how people try to convince me it's funny, and they did exactly what you guys have do. Like, guys, explain to me what's funny. They just quote the movie back to me that I didn't find funny the first time. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, all right, I guess, shake and bake. Yeah, that's a joke, I guess, sure.
Mate, it starts. I honestly, I really do like the way the movie starts. One, from the Eleanor Roosevelt quote, which, like, the reveal of Eleanor Roosevelt: "America's about speed, hot, nasty, badass speed." But it's Gary Cole, for me, is my favorite character in the movie, who plays Ricky Bobby's dad. And it's like, it just opens with like Jane Lynch in the back giving birth, and it's just Gary Cole going, "Whoa!" And then just like the guy is enjoying the shit out of playing this role, and it's like the amount of quotes from this movie that come out in my family between my wife and I, it is ridiculous. The amount of times that I tell people that there's a kilo of Columbian bang bang somewhere. The amount of times that whenever dinner is ready, my wife is like, "Hey, y'all, come down, been working over this for hours." It's just like, we quote this movie endlessly. It's just
Yeah.
endless. And I'm
This
like,
hit me at a specific time too, where it's like post Anchorman, Step Brothers, whatever, and they're like, oh my God, it was like an event to see a new Will Ferrell comedy and to see him and John C. Riley. I'm pretty sure this was before, or no, excuse me, this was after Step Brothers, yeah?
no, before. This is
This
what
was before.
started.
Oh
This is
wow.
what
Oh,
started the
okay,
John C.
wow.
Riley
I always
and
forget
Will
because
Ferrell thing.
I mean it could have been the following year, who knows? But
Mhm.
because you know me, I don't know movie years. But yeah, this was just that's. I think I'm pretty sure I saw this in the theater too, and I was just but I was also probably smoking a lot of weed. Will, you should try it.
That might
These
have helped,
movies
I
are
guess.
kind of made for that.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, it was just, like I said, this is just not my sense of humor. And I also think Will Ferrell's funny. Like Will Ferrell, like I've seen him do, like his interviews are hilarious. When he's done live comedy, it's hilarious. There's something about giving him a script or like just putting him in a movie where he's playing a character. The moment he's in a film, the humor like shuts off for me. Where I'm like, it's gone. It's completely gone. He's like great in the moment live. Outside of that, I don't find him funny. I don't know what it is.
I think this is one of these movies where, and we've all talked about this actually, about how after a certain point, like these Adam McKay movies and these Farrelly Brothers movies sometimes, but is what they started doing is they just started riffing too much.
Yeah.
Whereas like this for me is like you could see the moments when the riffing's happening. You can tell that there's in moments with him and Sacha Baron Cohen, like, all right, they're riffing, but this is
when they're
where
about to literally about to kiss.
they're about to kiss. You can tell, and they're trying not to sort of like laugh. And when they're doing all of their, the sort of the if you don't like Big Red, then fuck you.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Prune candy, sure thing, prune candy, and just like things like that you could tell. All right, they're riffing and they're going for
Yeah.
gags, but there's also sort of like a fundamental kind of like sort of there's
A script,
the
yeah.
scene is there, and then it's like, all right, try another one. It's like I always imagine Jesus like the lead sinner of Leonard Skinner, and I'm hammered drunk, or I always, so like let's try that line, let's try that line. But it's like let's find the line as opposed to let's have no sort of script and everyone's just riffing completely, and that's when I think you lose everybody. It's why the 40-year-old virgin is really funny. Because there's the movie.
It feels natural. Like the
you get
the dialogue
scenes
feels.
of Seth Rogen
like,
and Paul Rudd, and they're just like, how I know you're gay. And, it's like they're just going and going. And I'm like, okay, that scene works. That's very funny. But like, no, for me though, it's like that while this, okay, is a kind of like one of those sort of broad Will Ferrell-esque comedies, I do think they do the racing and the NASCAR well. Because like when we jump in the future and like because the casting I've got the casting of the young Rickies is exceptional casting. I'm gonna put that out there. Like the high school Ricky, like when his dad comes and is like, I am a semi-professional race car driver. Ooh. But he's like these kids, they're great casting, and then we fly to the future and it's like Audio Slave starts playing, the cars start whipping by, and I'm going, all right. You're giving me the visceral sort of like, it's not as dirty and as grimy as I want it to be, like from a Days of Thunder standpoint. But they are kind of like, it does feel cool and sound cool and look cool. It's clearly they're referencing Days of Thunder in many ways.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, from a plot standpoint, like he has his horrifying crash that he has to recover from, and he has to retrain, which is maybe the funniest sequence where he has to relearn how to drive. He loses his car. His best friend just marries his current wife.
Yeah. And it's like, why are you watching TV and listening to music?
Yeah.
I like to party.
I like to party.
That's one of my most used gifts that I send people. Will is just
I think your house is haunted, man. And you just hear the ghost say, "Get up." Like, okay. I see you left.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really do wish, like every time I've like rewatched this movie, I'm like, there's got to be something I find.
Is it the Will Ferrell aspect of like? I'm trying to think like, what could you change in this movie?
I don't think
that would
so.
make you enjoy it?
I think it's more to do with the Adam McKay aspect, that like there's something about his filmmaking that, because I don't even like his drama films. Like his drama films, I'm like, they suck. Like Big Short, I'm like, this is dumb. I don't know.
I couldn't finish. I turned that one off after about 30 minutes. I was just
so bad. I couldn't get through his Netflix one either. I was like, oh my God, this is just...
Oh, Don't Look Up?
Yeah, I'm like, this is just trash. So I think it's more to do with Adam McKay than it is. Because like I said, I've seen Will Ferrell in other movies, in like non-Will Ferrell movies. And I'm like, oh no, he's great. Like, and like I said, he's funny. I don't know what it is.
His best movie is
Adam,
Stranger Than Fiction, and it's not even close. Stranger Than Fiction is the best Will Ferrell movie by far.
I like that movie a lot, and it's the same thing I have with Adam Sandler movies, where I'm like, when it's Happy Madison movies, I'm like, no, like keep it away from me. But Punch Drunk Love is amazing, and I love Rain Over Me. And
what's that his basketball one that he did? It's very
Uncut
good.
Gems, yeah,
No.
oh, what? Wait,
there's a basketball player in that movie.
There's a really good basketball movie where he's a coach.
Coach. Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Happy Gilmore
you
too.
Should.
Yeah.
It's not a comedy or anything. It's just straight up Adam Sandler kind of like sports movie, but it's excellent.
Okay.
It's a very, very watchable movie, and it's filled to the brim with actual real basketball players from the college sort of like in professional level. But it's a brilliant. I would highly I watched it and then I watched it again. I'm like, no. But it's what you're saying, Will, is it? I have no interest in a Happy Madison, Happy Gilmore 2.
Not anymore, no.
Any of those kind of things. Yeah, that was 15-year-old, 16-year-old Ollie. Yes, I'll watch those. But no, this one, I'll figure out what it is in a second. But it's on Netflix. But it's one that I recommend to people. I go, no, if you like sports movies, like this is a good one. This is actually like a good one.
I'll check that out. Yeah, because it's not like I don't enjoy like Will Ferrell or like John C. Reilly and stuff, but yeah, there's something about this style of comedy. I think the fact that for me, there's so much about it where nobody shuts up in the movie. Everybody is shouting every single line. The needle drops happen every 2 minutes, and it just doesn't stop for the entire film. So I think it's the fact that the entire film is loud and it's not my style of humor for like the entire thing. Like the only thing that made me kind of laugh was like Gary Cole. Like they're setting it up that Ricky Bobby used the tickets. And that was the only thing in the theater I'm like, okay, that got me.
I got two.
I got 2 tickets where I'm like, okay, that's like the one thing that I'm like, that's
such a funny setup to pay off.
Yeah, I'm like, that's my kind of humor, like an epic setup for like nothing. I'm like, okay, that is my wheelhouse. But I think the fact that the whole movie is just so broad, so loud. And like the food scene where it's it's all the Pepsi and Pizza Hut stuff. I'm like, Wayne's World did this funnier like 15 years ago. Like, what are we doing? We're still doing this? For a long time, I was like, if this is your first comedy, I get why you think it's funny. But I've been watching funnier stuff. I've been watching The States like from 10 years earlier than this. This is like, all right, baby's first comedy movie. Yeah, sure, okay. I guess it's hilarious.
I was like, you need to go like. You should have said it with like to Brian and me, with all due respect.
With all due respect.
Oh my God, Molly Shannon is his wife, and
Molly Shannon, I love when those cars come. No, mate, I love it.
Well, they're shouting again. Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
It is a lot of shouting. Yeah.
Every line in this movie is shouted, and I'm just like, all right, it's
because the cars are so loud.
Exactly. What are you talking about?
There's not one normal person in the entire movie, and I think that's where it loses me. Is I'm like, again, even in Wayne's World,
there's no straight man. Like,
even in Wayne's World, there's like not grounded, but there's like, everybody's playing at like a level that
they're like aware.
Sense. Yeah. It knows what kind of movie it is.
The guy that's the team owner guy.
Yeah.
He's the closest thing to the straight man.
I mean, there's a bit where once Will Ferrell gets into the accident and loses, and Cal, his teammate, kind of takes over his life. Basically, there's a point where Will Ferrell becomes the straight man in this, and I think that's for me is like where he has to deliver pizzas.
That's my favorite. Honestly, that's my favorite part of the movie. Is he runs over the policeman.
Runs over the cop, yeah.
Then he's on a bike, and then he goes and he's driving. Goes, what was that? Those are the other cars. How fast is he going? 27 miles an hour. And like the bit with the cougar, the bit where it's like the cougar's following him through the wind. I mean, I love it. And the bit where you think it's a setup where he's going to blindfold him, and he's like, just drive, use instinct, crash into a house, all on one shot, by the way.
That was cool.
That's funny. Yeah. And it's like, and Will, with all due respect, you're an asshole.
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, I made my peace years ago. Where like, all right, I'm on my own island for this.
And you picked this movie.
Hang on. The movie I was telling you, by the way, Adam Sandler, Netflix movie, Hustle. Put that on your list. I
Hustle.
do enjoy
Okay.
it. It's a good movie.
I'll
Nah,
check
this
that out.
movie's fucking filled with great jokes. It's like, you know, you got the kids Walker and Texas Ranger. If we wanted our kids to be pussies, we'd have named them Dr. Quinn and Medicine
And
Woman.
Medicine Woman, yeah, that's great.
It's just my wife again. She loves that. We quote this movie endlessly.
I forget Amy Adams is in this movie, especially
I
when
actually forgot she was in it too.
we just
Yeah.
did Arrival, and I'm like, it's crazy to see like her take that turn.
Yeah.
Like in this, like because she's basically his like assistant, and he signs her forehead.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right. Yeah.
and then they hook up, and like that whole bit towards the end where they're showing like their tits off, and like everyone's taking it's so fucking weird.
It's the bit where she does, you know, she's like, "You're a driver," and she crawls on the table and
Oh yeah,
does
yeah.
the whole white snake thing. But it's like, yeah, it's crazy that is like, you know, like you were saying, just that's Amy Adams, who is
Academy
now, like,
Award
just right up
person?
there, like one of the big sort of actresses. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, she came from. This is one of the first things I saw her in. Though I will say that the person that steals this movie, I love everything he does in this movie, and he's my favorite ever since. It's just John C. Reilly as from a
Yeah.
comedic standpoint is, wow, that guy really can just do everything, and he's just so silly in this movie, and he's clearly having a great time.
And
And some of his just line deliveries is like, right now, I don't understand what you're doing, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
the
Like, just
dynamic of them like Will Ferrell just so pissed that he stole his life, and John C. Reilly's just so oblivious. Like when they have that when he calls him and he's on his cordless phone,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Why am I talking to you? I hate you." And
I keep
he's like, "All right,
slipping
man.
back into it.
All right, talk to you tomorrow." All right,
I'm
man.
on back.
So I love that. It's so charming.
Yeah, no, I do too. I think it does the racing pretty well. I like how they poke fun at, like, say when you know, the commercialism, you know, commercialization and stuff, like when he's got the thing on
Like
his
put the
windscreen.
stickers. Yeah,
But it's
I do
like,
love fig Newtons. Yeah.
yeah, but when they cut to the crash and they cut away from the crash to commercial and then come back to the crash while it's still going, I thought it was like, okay, I like this. We're having good fun with this. But like, yeah, Will has like, it feels like I have given Will actual champagne when he doesn't drink, and that currently I'm undressing him in a way that's making everybody uncomfortable. 'Cause-
Where
Are you doing a segue?
We're doing a stroker race, everybody.
Yeah, because honestly, Will is literally having the worst time of his life trying to even talk about this movie.
I
But
mean, I
there's
just don't have anything to add, and I think that's what's a shame. Is I don't like it when I don't have stuff to add, but it's truly not a movie I enjoy, and I wish I did because I don't like being the one who's like, I don't like this. The rest of you are wrong. I'm like, I want to be in on the fun, but every time I've tried to watch this movie, I'm like, man, nothing.
Start picking fun movies, dude. Jeez, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
this movie made more money
Then God.
than Days of Thunder. It made $163 million, which is pretty good for a comedy. Off $72 million, $70 million budget for a comedy.
I mean,
is quite
right there, like I said,
something.
I think there's something about like when you cross above like $30 million for a comedy,
yeah.
I'm just like, what are we? I think we
I
forgot.
mean,
I think we forgot jokes, guys. But
but I think you're doing like when you talk about like an action comedy like this where NASCAR is so heavily involved and the stunts are like still very practical.
Yep.
I mean, how much money they spent on like those invisible flames enveloping Will Ferrell's character,
This though,
which is a real thing, by the way.
the real thing that's like, if you've never seen it, Will, it's actually one of the scariest sort of like clips from racing, because they're using a kind of like ethanol that burns invisibly, and so a fire breaks out at a car. You watch the replay and there's guys rolling around on the floor and everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? They're on fire. You just can't see the fire. I didn't realize that's what the reference was. You know, like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
And when you go see this movie in 4DX, they just light you on fire.
kind of wish they did.
And that's
Yeah.
what
Kinda wish they
please, please just make it happen. You're like, yeah, you just immolate me immediately. Come on.
Yes.
Which is like, so as much as Will hates this movie, the world disagrees. It's got a pretty good review on the Tomatometer. People praise its satire gags. People praise its racing, its cinematography. It's like the heat and feel of NASCAR. It's all there. It was #1 movie when it came out, and it was a big fucking movie when it happened. But you had in Days of Thunder, we had Dale Earnhardt. In Talladega Nights, we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. turn up. But did you know, because I did watch a YouTube video from Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s YouTube channel, his favorite NASCAR movie ever made
Oh no.
is Stroker Ace.
Oh no.
I knew I didn't like that guy.
Oh boy.
Knew I didn't like him for some reason.
It's possible he was conceived to this movie in a NASCAR.
Yeah.
Man.
Don't come first, you're last.
Oh.
So let's talk about Stroker Ace, a movie that
A movie.
In quotes.
Yeah.
A movie.
It was yet another collaboration between Burt Reynolds and Hal Needham after Smokey and the Bandit 1, after Smokey and the Bandit 2, after Cannonball Run. We then, you know what they said? Let's try and do it again. And boy, does this not work.
Yeah. Did I read like he owed the studio another movie, so Hal Needham was just like, come on, man, just do one more, and he's like, all right, fuck it.
Well, it's more like he did give a sort of verbal, like him and he just, why wouldn't they? They had a good time and they'd made a gajillion dollars, and he's been like #1 at the box office because of all these movies. So what he did was he turned down the biggest regret of his career. He turned down one of the main roles in Terms of Endearment to make Stroker Ace.
Wow. Yeah. What a miss there. My God.
But if he didn't, we wouldn't be doing this podcast today.
That's true.
And and honestly,
it's possible none of us would be conceived.
So like, yeah, it's like it was a combination of things that they're like, just do it again. Make a fast car movie with Burt Reynolds and Hal Needham, but then at the same time, it's like we just like it's got the same sort of thing. You've got you can tell it's old times because the opening scene is in sepia. Just so we can also pick up from the cars that
I was getting a Dewey Cox vibe from that.
Yeah, I think didn't I text you guys the wrong Stroker Ace?
The wrong car got pulled over. It's like every Hal Needham movie starts with a car chase. Like it's like every single one of them starts with it. It's got what Hal Needham movies do love. It's got a song that
describes the whole movie.
Yeah, it's like, here we go again. And then the bit that really surprised me was it's based off a novel, which is true. It's based off a novel which is
It's based off the novel Terms of Endearment.
Yes, it is. Pushed by Sapphire. But it's it's written like a biography, but it's of a fake driver, and they kind of adapted this fake biography into this movie. That is, it is
interesting.
It is interesting. It's got Burt Reynolds, Ned Beatty again. So we've got the Deliverance pair once again. They actually did like 4 or 5 movies together. Lonnie Anderson, where as soon as she's introduced into this movie, it fails the bechamel test, which is what I like to call it. Where the very, very first thing we get is them using compressed air to give us an upskirt of the character. I'm like, wow, okay, I guess I know how we're treating women in this movie. But you know what? It got worse. Boy, did it get fucking worse.
That's the least
problematic for 20 minutes. And then it's got this guy, it's got Jim Nabors, and I'm like going, what is this guy? This guy's like Gomer Pyle. It was Gomer Pyle, as I figured out later that this is because
from Full Metal Jacket?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. For me, Private Pyle is, from Full Metal Jacket. I didn't discover that they're referencing a television show because honestly, I was like, oh, so there's Burt Reynolds and his special coach. Like this guy is this like a Make-A-Wish guy that gets to run a team? Because he just for the first few minutes I go, is he supposed to be special in this movie? And then
he just loves cars, man.
But this movie, honestly, this movie's so stupid. It's like you get we get Bubba. I call him that, but like I always knew him from Bubba Smith from a lot of the
Police Academy
movies, but I didn't actually see the Police Academy movies for a long time. I always knew Bubba from the short-lived Blue Thunder television adaptation. So Blue Thunder is a helicopter movie that with Roy Scheider that they made a television
Right.
version of, and Bubba was in that movie and a television show, and I had like 4 episodes of it on VHS. So of course I watched those 4 episodes over and over and over and over again. But this movie is just he's wearing a red shirt, just like Bandit. He's got the mustache, just like
It's the
Bandit.
same fucking
He's
outfit. Like
doing
it's
the line.
crazy.
It's
Like
insane. It's exactly the same. If Sally Field turned up, I would have lost my mind.
yeah.
But what was crazy to me is how small, because the Daytona 500 is like part of the opening of the movie, and we've had the Daytona and Talladega from Talladega Nights, and we've had Daytona and everything from Days of Thunder, but in this one, it's just like it's barely even like a track.
Yeah.
People are just like, sitting on the grass, and it does kind of show just like how far
The evolution of it, how
Yes.
the car. Yeah, it was nice to see like what those original. They were just fucking cars. Like they
Yeah.
were stripped
Yeah.
down. They weren't like these custom built machines like Harry's building this, like massaging the frame and talking to the car and possibly having sex with it. But you don't get that in this movie.
Definitely had sex. He was
What-
stroking his ace to that one.
Was in this movie? Was there the opening? I mean, I know the sepia opening, but when they actually saw the track, because I get kind of the
No, when
opening.
they're getting to the track when they drive up on 3
Is-
wheels or something.
Yeah, did this
Oh,
movie
yeah.
have like
Why?
the sea of Confederate flags, like all
Yes.
or was that one of the other movies?
That was
Okay.
also actually that was also Days of Thunder.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they cut to
yeah.
where all the RVs are in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, it didn't quite have as
It was the
much-
80s.
Yeah, right. Or in this case, yes, 83.
Ugh.
Shag
Yeah.
had just come out. Summer blockbuster Shag.
Shag.
But then the movie, as much as it does take its approach to racing to a point, apparently to a point that even drivers appreciate, it does take some weird sort of like twists. So basically, Stroker Ace is a multiple champion, who his whole approach to racing is he either wins or he crashes the car. That's his sort of character thing. He has been the 3-time Piston Cup, but Winston Cup chair. Sorry, I'm like I was just watching Cars the other day. It was great. But yeah, so essentially he doesn't like his sponsor, so he then attempts to murder him by dumping concrete into a sealed car. Very
Yeah.
dangerous stunt, by the way. As
Yeah,
I'm
that was-
watching it,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is happening here? But like, and we're playing this. He just tried to kill a guy, and everyone's like, that guy Stroker Race. I mean,
Classic Stroker Ace.
classic
What a
Stroker.
scamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his
What a
get his
guy.
his opponent, the one guy whose name he can never fucking remember, whose name I also can't remember, like the
Yes.
young guy, that's right?
He's
Yeah.
supposed to be the antagonist, but they never let him do anything other than they tell us he doesn't
Yeah.
like you. It was
Right.
like it's a classic just of like, yeah, tell don't show. Which is, by
Right.
the
Yeah,
way, guys,
he-
I'm about to change channel really quickly, but I fucking watched Monster Squad the other night. That movie
Oh
was
my god.
fucking appalling.
Oh, why were we talking about Talladega Nights?
Appalling?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
guys. Oh my god. I was like,
Appallingly
it was
great.
Timu Goonies. It was like,
Oh, how-
in every like Zen. You honestly, we need to do a special episode where Zen comes up to have a show with you because she's like, "Fuck you, Ollie. Shut your dirty mouth, Ollie." So,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
I was like, "There's nothing in this movie. They're not showing us anything. The kid is just monologuing to tell us what's happening. There's no one-eyed Willie. What's even happening in this movie? Yeah, I know. Will
I can't. I
by
can't
Talladega Nights.
Is this
all
how
over
I
that.
sounded a few minutes ago? Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God.
Monster
so
Squad,
upset.
I can see the appeal. I can understand why everybody liked it. It came out around the same time as Goonies, and it was probably on television a lot.
Is it just because they needed the blood of a virgin and they settled on the 9-year-old girl? Is that the only reason you hate it?
Oh, kind of forgot about that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
shit,
Is
that's
that the
right.
only reason?
No, it's yeah, it's like they couldn't find a Sean Astin or like any of these guys. Kihoy Kwan. all
no,
these
it is
great-
very, yeah,
Josh Brolin.
Sure.
It's just in every way, every single way.
better. Yeah, I agree.
Yes, Goonies.
I mean, that Gill man rules.
So cool. The
hard.
werewolf was cool.
Oh,
Yeah, the werewolf was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom
the
Noonan
cool
and no
effects.
makeup. Like, I mean, come on.
So we'll have to talk about that. Also, another thing that I saw, changing channels again. You know how I like to do this.
Jesus Christ.
I just watched a trailer yesterday for a TV show that is coming to YouTube, and it's called Dugout Dads. It's produced by the Bambino Productions because it's got the guy that You Killing Me Smalls, that guy from
Oh.
Sandlot. But actually, all of the dads in this Little League coaching series coming to YouTube, it's the entire cast of Sandlot as adults. They've all come back to make a show. So if you're interested,
No.
yes, the Dugout Dads. I actually was trying to. It looked quite funny.
Is it a show? Like, or
Yeah,
it sounds like a fucking reality
it's
show.
a YouTube. No, it's a YouTube series, like a show, television show. But yeah, the
It's
guy.
a television show on YouTube.
Yes, as Cobra Kai was, motherfucker.
And look how well that turned shit.
There is a fly in here that I'm going to have to kill at some point. But yes, so there you go.
Are they playing the same characters?
No,
or?
so it's the
okay.
same. So they're not playing the same characters, but it's a very much like a bit of.
And
a
who
wink.
fucking cares?
Yeah.
That was your segue?
There you go.
You had to stop talking about Monster Squad, you monster?
Well, all I was going to continue being was really, really mean about that movie. I was admittedly
Okay to be wrong sometimes.
You're right. Get Zen in here.
Yes. Yeah. Zen almost divorced me by the end of that. She's just like, you're wrong. You've ruined my childhood. You're wrong in every way. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's watch Leprechaun 2.
Leprechaun? Jesus Christ.
So going back to Stroker Ace,
No,
what I had, like, I do have Burt Reynolds is just so fucking charming because he is
very good.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, this
charisma.
His sponsor comes in and it's it's Warren Beatty's dad. Ned Beatty?
That's the one.
I don't know. One of the Beatty boys, and he owns a chicken company. It's like,
yes.
What's the fucking name of that? It's so stupid.
It's hang on a second. It's Torkel's Chicken Pit.
Oh God, terrible.
So he's the fastest chicken in the South.
I will say the bit of him signing the contract was very funny. Like he hands him this like tome of a contract,
and he goes, "There's nothing here," and he goes, "It's because you're holding
it upside down."
It's like, okay, fine.
Funny bit.
Yeah.
But he keeps trying to basically somehow find a loophole to break this contract while also driving a race car and around the country to open chicken restaurants.
Yes. So he doesn't like the fact that, after trying to murder his previous sponsor, his new sponsor is asking him to do sponsor responsibilities, which is to open chicken.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was on an autopilot. His non-sponsored sponsor.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great joke for this broadcast. Thank you very much. So it's a little bit silly. I mean, it's like I said, they haven't learned any of
There's hijinks. No.
But they haven't learned any of the lessons that made Smoking the Bandit good. Right.
No.
So instead of there being an antagonist, we just have this young guy who we are told doesn't like Stroker Ace for no reason. Right. So it's the exact opposite of Buford T. Justice. We've got Lonnie Anderson, who they did end up marrying for 5 years, by the way, many, many years later. But
out of obligation from this movie.
Right. There's none of the Sally Field Bandit.
No. It feels so forced.
Like it's the music. Watching this and the music starts playing, they've clearly gone, just do exactly what Jerry Reed did in Smoking the Bandit. So it's like sometimes you're listening to it and it's just Timu version of the all the music that's amazing in Smoking the Bandit. This is the shitter version of it, and that's where I just started getting angry. And when you get into the reviews of this movie, everyone's saying the same thing. It's just like they're just
why not just take Smokey the character or the bandit. Whichever one he fucking was. Sorry, Smokey was the bandit's car. It was the doctor. Dr. Bandit, Smokey's monster.
But he was actually dead the entire time. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But why not just pluck that character out and put him in like a NASCAR type situation?
I mean,
would have worked.
They kind of did.
I mean, they kind of did with a different, sillier name.
Yeah.
But it's like, and then
Smokey and the Bandit? Okay.
And so then we've got Lonnie Anderson's character, who is basically the head of PR or like advertising for the sponsor. But the thing about her is she's also a Sunday school teaching Christian virgin.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, so she's getting on really well with Gomer Pyle. And I've got
I thought that was going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, me too. I said in my thing, she's definitely going to fuck the mechanic at some point, and it's going to piss off Stroker. But it's like Stroker Ace is like his mission is to bone her, And
Yeah.
that's why, and we need
Same.
to talk about it now, because I believe this movie is called The Cosby. Is the
Oh.
little the note that I've got there, because I'm just gonna skip. Because I said this movie needs less buffoonery and more tomfoolery. It's just so much buffoonery instead of like hijinks, which is just ridiculous. But there is a scene in this movie where, and I knew exactly when it was happening for Will, because the same thing was happening with Will. Is it's played for a moment and you go, oh, that first time you're like, okay. And then the second time you're like, wait, what? And then the third time you're like, no way. And then the fourth time you go, I'm flipping the table.
I text you guys because like I forget if I was watching it first or Will, you had already seen it.
I think
you watched it like, but I think you were watching it the same night, just like,
oh yeah,
right. And because all of you had seen this movie before because you're a fucking deviant. And I was texting him like, oh, like as that scene was happening, I was shocked at how long it went on for.
Sure,
like uncomfortably long.
Yes, my scene says, my notes, the undressing scene has gone on far too long and it's making me very uncomfortable. And then it's followed by all capital letters, not a fourth time. I literally shouted, I'm sitting watching the movie by myself, and I go, no, what are we, again?
Bad. She's basically, to our audience, don't watch this fucking movie.
Right.
She's basically, he didn't, like, does he drug her?
No,
he just basically, because she doesn't drink alcohol.
Champagne.
Right.
He tells her it's non-alcoholic champagne.
Yeah.
So
it's from the region of sparkling cider.
Yeah, so he gives her alcohol against her
drunk.
consent. She gets a bit giggly. She gets a bit flirty. She does, in her slightly drunken state, says, let's bone. And then she falls back on the bed and immediately is unconscious. Now, at this point, get a glass of water, cover up the lady, and leave. In his case, it's pops, and it's the way it's played for jokes as well. The way
it's shot too, because he goes off camera and then comes
and his
back.
Head comes back in, and you know everyone's behind the camera going, "This is great comedy." As he's sort of like, "Well, I feel like I should maybe help you undress," and then now he's faced with her breasts, and you think that's step one. And there are 3 further jokes of him coming back further in that it gets to the point where he quite literally says, I could just ravage you anyway, who would know? Then he breaks the fourth wall, looks at camera, and shrugs, cuts away, and it's like the next day, basically, she's like, her attitude is, it's so sweet how you didn't rape me. You're wonderful. I love you. And that's where I'm just like, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s favorite movie.
The only part of the movie he's seen. Like that's just God. The fact that he goes back and forth, and it's not like, again, it's not. I think the scene is 8 minutes long.
It felt like
so long.
It was at least as long as the Odyssey.
God, and if like just that alone is bad enough that they were like, this is going to be so funny, guys. Like might not even be able to hear the rest of the movie through the laughter. It's going to be so funny. Like if that's not bad enough, then later on she goes to meet Ned Beatty in his hotel room.
God.
And we have another comedy sex fest scene. We've got 2 of them in this movie, baby.
Yes. He's bouncing on the bed and it just his underwear is he's not taking no for an answer. And it's just this movie is troubling. This is like 1983, and I'm just watching it through the lens of like 2026, just going,
"Ooh,
women have had to put up with some bullshit."
And you hear about directors just explicitly removing sex scenes because no one wants to watch that shit anymore. This is the reason why.
That new
you can thank Burt Reynolds.
That new Will Gluck movie. The director of Easy A, and he said, they've made some sort of sex comedy and they've cut all the nudity out. And I'm like, part of me's like, okay, but he's like, Gen Z and that stuff, they're just like, ooh, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I feel about that stuff because I know what people say about Gen Z and like, they don't want that in movies, but I think it's more that we've had creepy, problematic male directors in charge of movies for so long that so much of like nudity and eroticism has been shot through that lens for so long. It's Gen Z doesn't want that.
Yeah.
And
what's the horniest thing everybody's been watching recently? All the Gen Z, my daughter, everybody, Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry, Challengers was huge last year. Like So
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Why?
You
What's the
know.
one with the weekend? You know.
Oh
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
That goes back to this. That's
But yeah, no, heated rivalry is that's a point of like going, oh, people still want eroticism and all this kind of stuff and sexiness
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it can and nudity, whatever. But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Well, that's a really, really spot on way of saying is it, yeah, but it's not being done for the
We
male gaze.
no.
You know,
Right.
it's about male gaze.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what they want to see.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Did you write that down?
That's two. That's two I'm very proud of in this episode.
I mean, but who like it begs the question, like the landscape is primed for a new Andy Sedaris. Let's fucking go.
Exactly. Yes, we need some topless crime solving in hot tubs. Let's bring it
It's
back.
where we do the best thinking, guys.
There's
It's where
49
everybody-
other states that we do not have hard tickets to. What are we doing?
That's going to be the next season of the podcast is hard ticket to each state. And we're going to make
Get the
movies.
box set. It comes with the passport. I guess
Oh,
that
my
would probably
God.
wouldn't make sense, but for national
For
travel. but,
states?
yeah.
So it's like
Stamps? I don't know.
This movie got 5 Golden Raspberry nominations, winning one for Gomer Pyle, for Worst Supporting Actor, which is like it's got
Well
like,
deserved.
It's got an 18% approval rating. It's and I'm like, it's talking about its legacy, and I'm like, yeah, Me Too is the legacy, I
Right.
think.
Lawsuits
this,
and
this fucking movie, like, it's like I said, this movie has kind of like I was saying, you know, I'm writing it constantly. It's just like there's nothing's earned in this movie. Why does this guy try to crash him just because? Why doesn't he like him just because? It's like it's just
Where he
for
steals
me,
his like girl in the bar at the beginning, like
Yeah.
and but he fakes like fall. I'm like, what is happening right now?
I don't know.
It's just-
But like the bit that really, of all the things for me, the biggest movie crime that this movie makes, especially because it's directed by Hal Needham, a stuntman, is that the crashes aren't real.
yeah.
Is that they cut to 4:3 sort of television
Like
1983
broadcast, yeah.
broadcast footage of crashes, and then
Yeah.
cut back to widescreen. We're racing these cars, and I'm like, guys, like,
and they don't
we
they
can't
don't do the
crash
thing
one
where
car.
they don't do the thing where they make that a part of it, like you as the audience are watching that through the TV. It just cuts to that footage. So it is very
Mhm.
jarring that you're so aware that you're not watching movie footage. It looks like
I-
really low quality broadcast TV bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually this is free on YouTube, so if anybody wants to, don't do it, but go
Be on
watch it
watchlist.
if it's on there. But like, yeah, but watching this, I was stunned at first at like how clean the image looked for being like an early '80s movie. I'm like, wow, the resolution on this is really good. It is so jarring when you get to the
yeah.
crash scenes where it all of a sudden drops to 480p. Like the footage at the beginning looked so good, I almost thought I had watched the wrong movie, or like
Yeah.
the wrong movie had been uploaded to YouTube, and I was like, this looks like this was shot yesterday. And then, but then once you see like the cinematography and how uncreative the whole thing is, then it all kind of sinks in. You're like, oh, all right, this is awful.
Which bothers me because, like, one of my favorite movies of all time and the second highest grossing movie of 1977, Smokey and the Bandit, doesn't do
Yeah.
that. It's like they've got camera rigs on cars that are clearly driving on the road. They're doing beautiful shots. It's a movie. And this feels just like a payday. for
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely
all involved.
stinks of a cash grab for sure.
And it kind of like, honestly, and then even Burt Reynolds says it's like this was the movie that he went from being the biggest box office draw from 1977 to 1983, and then after this, he was
Cop and a half.
yeah. I saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
I saw.
I think
Cop
I did
and a
too.
Half in
So did I.
theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Cop and a Half in
That's the
theaters.
only time I've ever seen it, and but even like, but for me, I was like, yes, I want to go and see the Bandit in this kids
Mhm.
movie. Like, you know, I've loved. Oh, by the way, random other crossover. All of these movies, the Venn diagram of these movies isn't just NASCAR. Is that the second time I think in Days of Thunder when it says "Gentlemen, start your engines," it's Burt Reynolds. That's his voice. Yeah.
Oh no shit! I
Ah.
didn't know that.
So there's all of these overlaps with the Earnhardt Jr., all these kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
then you've got Burt Reynolds popping up, and there's all these little nods and
Yeah.
everything, sort of like to each other. And honestly, like, you know, Stroke Ace, if like it pushed into, that's why we get Days of Thunder, and Days of Thunder is why we get Talladega Nights. But it's like, I mean, are there other NASCAR movies that like we could have done, because it didn't, there's not many. It's
Cars
kind of like
3?
I
even
guess Cars, yeah,
yeah,
right.
Cars. I know I haven't seen Cars 3. I do actually want to watch that one. It's funny enough, I was
Isn't the one where
babysitting.
Lightning McQueen dies? Like,
Dude, what the fuck?
no, like the trailer like makes it seem like, oh, Lightning McQueen is dead, and I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
Well, I honestly, I was babysitting my 5, 6 year old grandson. The best way of putting it. But he was like, he's just bouncing off the walls, this kid, and I'm like, sit down. We're watching Cars.
We're watching Monster Squad. Oh.
Yeah, but I love
Yes.
Cars. Because Cars is the animated version of one of my favorite movies, Doc Hollywood. It is the exact same plot of Doc Hollywood, but also because I have seen the movie Cars 375 times. Because when my autistic son was about 3 or 4 years old, it was his happy place. So we watched it every single day. And I can tell you this much: that movie, as much as it was the weakest Pixar movie up until that point, every Pixar movie that came out was basically like Oscar winning, just incredible. And then Cars came out, and everyone was like, okay, it's the one that you can watch 365 times and it still rules. And I tell you, the racing scenes of Cars, those opening few shots of like close-ups of that, it's just everything that you could do. It looks so good. It looks so good. I'm going to look up other NASCAR movies, because I feel like,
I mean, Cars led to a great part of the California Adventure theme park, so at least it's got that. I love Cars Land, and I'm
Mate.
very ambivalent to Cars.
I became a child when I walked into Cars Land, California Adventure, one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. We did it perfectly as well, because it was the day of the 60th anniversary of Disneyland, so everyone went to Disneyland.
Oh, yep.
And like, or it is, but basically, yeah, whichever way we're around, because that is at Disneyland. We went the day before the 60th birthday, so no one was at Disneyland. We could go everywhere. But I walked into Radiator Springs, and it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a full-size Radiator Springs, and then Lightning McQueen drove past, like full-size Lightning McQueen going, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And I'm just like, the Disney Imagineers are some of the greatest, smartest, most incredible people, because even the forced perspective that they do of the mountains and everything, that I'm like, how did they do this? I'm with you, Will. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen Disney do. I haven't been to Star Wars Land yet. I think that would be really cool. Galaxy's Edge.
That's definitely, like I'm not the biggest fan of the Disney parks these days, but Cars Land, like I said, I am very ambivalent to Cars. Like I don't have any strong feelings, but like when I went there to see Radiator Springs and went on the Cars ride, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like the Cars ride is legit one of my favorite rides.
Yeah, we did like 5 times that day.
For those
movies. It was amazing.
Yeah. But the Star Wars Land, I mean, you got to check that out at least.
Yeah, I just haven't been back to LA since they built it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it is super expensive now. Like I haven't been in like, I don't know, 2 years or something. But it's worth checking out. It's not Star Trek Land, so it's not, it doesn't get like S tier, but it's all right.
So we could have done a whole other episode of NASCAR movies, it turns out.
And we never will.
Yeah. Now, one of these movies we've actually already done, I believe, in season 1, Logan Lucky.
Yeah.
Which is not really a NASCAR movie. It's just set during a race. It's a heist at a race. There is Herbie Fully Loaded.
Man. Darn it.
The Lindsay Lohan movie?
The Lindsay Lohan movie, yes. I used to love, my favorite one was always Herbie Goes Bananas, where Herbie goes to Mexico.
NASCAR though?
I prefer Herbie Goes to Hell, but that's just mine.
Herbie Scared Stupid?
Yeah.
Herbie goes
to camp.
It turns out the whole time, Herbie's just been a scumbag. There's Grease Lightning from '77, Richard Pryor, biographical story of early trailblazer Wendell Scott, so true story. And there's also a Jeff Bridges, 1973, gritty drama inspired by legendary driver Junior Johnson. It's called The Last American Hero. So it's like, yeah, man, that's interesting that in the 70s there were 2 actual biographical movies about actual drivers from the world of NASCAR that we could have kind of jumped into. but at the same time, like in this particular case, like
I
most
think
of
these
my
are like the big three, I would
these
suppose.
are yeah,
Like
yeah,
at
but
least the most popular of the three.
for
Mhm.
sure. But it's just everything. I mean, there's like, for example, I feel like there's a note I have from Stroker Race. I go, this movie I think is absolutely littered with cameos
Oh yeah.
for people that we have no fucking idea who they are. Like
Yeah.
if you watched NASCAR in 1983,
Yeah.
then and you were from the South, then there's a
Yeah.
chance you might be able to identify.
If you needed a
some of
brisk
these dudes.
90-minute reprieve where your dad wasn't taking his belt off to beat the ever-living shit out of you, this is the movie.
while mum just sat in the corner and smoked and just looked
Yeah.
like with a 1,000-yard stare.
Back when
Yes.
America was America.
Yeah, see, this is another part as well, right? Is that I said the rules of the movie keep changing because sometimes like the hijinks got to like Naked Gun level of like a situation gets heightened past the point of even close to being reality, and it's you know, we have a fourth wall breaking sort of moment. We have these. Are we a spoof? Are we not a spoof?
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's that's what I said. It's like it's buffoonery instead of tomfoolery. That like, you know, the panda is all like we're getting up to shenanigans. This is just buffoonery. It's just in some ways stupid and clumsy and lazy, and everything that Will says Talladega Nights is in this movie. I feel about this movie the way Will feels about Talladega Nights because it's not.
I have
funny.
no desire to ever watch this movie again.
No,
No.
it's got no pizzazz. It's got no finesse. It's got like, you know, even just the moments of okay, that's a car. All right, fine. It's mostly just, you know, Burt Reynolds going, you know.
Yeah.
And you're
I
like,
will say
"Oh,
shout
Burt."
out to Cassandra Peterson playing famously Elvira
Yeah.
in this
Oh
movie.
yes, exactly. She
And then
fucking turns up.
in one scene and is gone.
But this is my point. It's like that's they're just changing the channel of what else can we put in this movie.
I for sure thought I don't even know if she was like known as Elvira at the time.
She
Like,
fucking looked like it.
I think she must have had her like TV special like around that time.
yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so this is canon to the
To be
Elvira
clear, she
universe.
wasn't playing Elvira. She was just Cassandra Peterson plays Busty Woman.
Is that actually how she's in the credits? Because I would put money.
She is in my heart.
It's the Elvira cameo. Yeah, yeah. She makes a brief, memorable cameo as the horror-inspired person. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. Is this after this movie is when she came out as a lesbian, right? Because that would make sense. Like if she was,
Oh God, yeah.
if she was like, "Oh, this is what straight culture is like." Never mind.
Done.
Completely understandable.
Oh my God, what a weird fucking movie. So look, that all being said, I think before we even did the episode, you know, before we even watched the movies, I think we
had the
knew
answer.
what I
Yeah.
think we knew what the answer was.
Yeah.
And I think not only do I think that Days of Thunder, because we said it's one of the most movies that's ever movied, and it's definitely the best NASCAR movie that's ever been made. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
also think it reminded us all about what movies can be.
Correct.
Mhm.
Even if it's not like the best movie ever made, it's one of the best movies ever movied.
And it
Because
does
it's
weirdly
fucking-
feel timeless too. Like
Weirdly does.
Yeah.
like I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the cars are so different now. Like, because you watch this, you know, through the lens of like a Talladega Nights, which feels more like polished and sponsor heavy. Granted, there's a lot of sponsors. Like, I'm sure you're not going to see a fucking mellow yellow
That was
livery
cracking
anymore.
me up.
Such a shame.
But I had that car
Who,
too.
who remembers that? But
Yeah, because it was like super flow, and I was like,
Hardee's.
this is a tampon thing? Like, what is that? Anyway, run with the packs.
Wait,
Yes.
and then you get the Tampax jokes in
That's what I
Talladega Nights.
I just said it. I literally just said
Well,
it.
if you don't like Big Red, then fuck you. But yeah,
Anyway.
no, I think what this did is just like
It
just-
made me so angry that we don't have these kinds of movies anymore. Like from a visual standpoint.
yeah, it
You know,
feels like
everything's
you know,
just-
like it's Chris Nolan is one of those only guys out there that's just like absolutely refusing to not shoot on film, to the point he's like going, "No, I'm going to do an entire movie in IMAX, and we're going to invent a way to use the camera so we can get sound, and because it's so big, we're going to use 2 mirrors so you can get eye lines." It's just he's doing it, but because
Tony
like
Scott's rest in peace is just like, I'm going to use 15 fucking cameras and
Tony,
we'll get
yeah.
it. Like,
yeah, no, like Ridley's not dead yet, Tony.
No. No.
But yeah, no, it's this. From there, it's just I tell people like even just if you want to enjoy what movies used to be, just watch the opening credits of Days of Thunder. You don't even have to get Tom Cruise doesn't even have to turn up. Just get that opening
the
race
guitar
montage.
twang.
Yeah, of flags in the wind, of like just some of the just even we're shooting inside. We're shooting an inside scene. Like we're doing a bit where Nicole Kidman's doing a health check on Randy Wallace. Just light and shadows and dust, and I'm like, that's what movies
Do you think
should look
like Tony Scott watch his brother's Blade Runner and he's like, I'm gonna steal this shit from my hospital scenes? Like just smoke and atmosphere.
Yeah, this lighting for a scene where they're in a room with just a pool table and it's completely normal.
Oh my
God. The
God.
same lighting.
It's so good though, but it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Like because you don't see shit like that anymore. It's just everything is like Netflix slopped and flat.
The only movie that's done it recently, and they did it deliberately, was Top Gun Maverick. Where you've got the scene with like Ed Harris, and they're like, no, guys, we need to have light coming through the blinds, and we need shadows across his face. It's like we need the sun to be setting while they're playing beach volleyball. We need to actually like make things look like movies used to look, and that's why like I do, as crazy as the guy is, I do love that Tom Cruise he's obsessive about like lenses. Like he uses lenses from the 70s because they've got this certain like. They were like hand cut lenses and stuff like that. He goes, no. We're using the cool lenses. It's gonna look like a movie. And it's like
this guy hangs out with Stanley Kubrick one time.
Yeah.
Fucking lens expert
for 18 months. But is that it's just it's sumptuous. Days of Thunder is just glorious. Every moment, like the way the camera moves, the way it picks up, the way that the cars move, the way that they're just even on the most basic situation, they make it look cool. Just like Big John waiting, just you got cigarette smoke going through the screen, and I think this is what we've talked about before is the days of. That's why David Fincher is good, right? Is these commercial directors whose job was to make a 30-second commercial, so they make all 30 seconds of it look like $10 million because it cost $10 million to make that trailer and that commercial. And these guys just think like that. Every shot needs to be good. Not let's just get a medium close up and get the line. No, let's spend 7 hours getting the perfect lighting in this room for the moment where they're going to say that scene and say that line. And I think that's why Days of Thunder, like, love it or hate it, and it's definitely not going to win any Oscars, but it's got the Oscar of my heart, and it has since I've ever seen it.
It's a movie I can't imagine, like, even me being like, yeah, it's just a movie. Like, I can't imagine anybody hating this movie. Like, I would think that would be weird.
Yeah. If
you were, like, anti this movie, you're like, oh, that movie's bad. I'd be like, how? Like, there's no way this movie can offend
I can see why critically, though, it wouldn't do well.
But because it's a Tom Cruise movie where it follows all of the ABCs of Tom Cruise.
Right, exactly.
Where, like,
but even I love this cult resurgence it's gotten since it's been released,
Yeah, like, again, this is a movie that you will not be mad watching this movie. No. Like, it's impossible. Like, it's fun. It's a fun watch. Like, then that's the worst case scenario is you'll have fun watching it. So.
Yep. You will. So, we're doing it. It's official right here, though we all knew it was going to happen. The greatest NASCAR movie ever made, as decided here at the United States of a Movie, at least apparently until we come around and watch some Richard Pryor or Jeff Bridges movie if we ever decide to do this again, or when we come back to revisit it when they do make two what was it? What was your title, Ryan?
2 Days, 2 Thunder?
There you go. 2 Days, 2 Thunder squared.
We're $sign emoji.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. I'll give it every single fucking dollar of my life. That would be amazing. Thing is, if you're talking about movies that movie really well, that you really, really enjoy watching, that's going to be the exact opposite experience for our next special. Guys, we are going to watch a movie that stars Maggie Q, stars Paul Rudd, stars Edison Chen, and also stars Ollie Pettigrew in his feature
Oh
film
my gosh.
debut.
This sounds like the greatest movie ever made.
It's really not. And I'll give you
Toy
money
Soldiers 2?
I'll give you money if you could spot me. But we are going to watch the year 2000 Jackie Chan produced sequel to one of the biggest Hong Kong movies of all time. We're going to watch Gen Y Cops, which you may also find as Gen X Cops 2 Metal Mayhem or Gen Y Cops Metal Mayhem. It's a movie that has Paul Rudd as an FBI guy for some reason in Hong Kong. And if you think this movie also has a giant robot in it, it has a giant robot in it.
Yes. Finally a good movie we're covering on this podcast.
And to clarify, that is your role? You play the giant robot?
I play Kurt's henchman number 3, as you can find on my IMDb page. Don't forget, I'm also in another movie which was directed by Jodie Foster and starred, George Clooney and Julia Roberts. Just FYI, where I play Ollie Pettigrew.
For the holidays too?
I've never actually seen that movie. But yes, Gen Y Cops is a Hong Kong action movie. When I was 18 years old, on my gap year, I fell into modeling. I fell into this casting for a movie. I was cast in a speaking role that got cut all the way down to a guy that's in the background. I don't get to shoot a gun. I get to hold a gun. I don't get to drive a Ferrari. I drive a minivan. And I do eventually get shot by Paul Rudd if you can see it in widescreen. Like if you look, that's the one. That's me. But if you want to play,
you were Don Simpson.
Yes, I was Don Simpson without the cocaine or the fun. But we're going to watch Gen Y Cops. That's the only movie we're going to watch. We're going to pick it up. This movie
ever again.
Considering I just watched Hard Boiled in 4K 2 days ago. But this movie features underwater gunfights. It involves cool young kids investigating crime. The first movie, all the bad guys wore Armani suits and drove Ferraris, and they dressed me up in leather. I looked like a YMCA reject. And like I said, if you're gonna have to work real hard to spot me. It's like, where's Waldo? But I'm in it, and I've got some behind the scenes stories that I can tell, which is going to be quite fun. So if you do want to watch Gen Y Cops, good luck to you. You can find it courtesy of our non-sponsor sponsor who'll one day be our sponsor, Just Watch. It's on Prime. It's been on Prime for a while. I've been keeping that one under my hat because I honestly don't want people to watch it. But yes.
I think I watched it at 5x speed on YouTube.
Directed by Benny Chan, R.I.P. by the way, legendary Hong Kong action director. And yes, this was Paul Rudd's first foray into the action genre before he became Ant-Man. So yeah, this next time around is mostly just going to be having some fun picking this movie apart, but at the same time, it was a very, very cool thing to do when I was 18 years old, and I enjoyed I didn't even get to go to the premiere. My mum got to go. I wasn't in Hong Kong anymore. I think I was overseas. So anyway, guys, next time around, yes, we're heading to Hong Kong for Gen Y Cops. Man, maybe we should
our favorite state.
The most famous state of them all. So if you want to check it out, it's on Prime. If you want to see more of me, you can find me as That Englishman in Texas everywhere except Facebook, where I'm Ollie Pettigrew. If you want to find more of Will, your skits recently have been really fucking funny. I have really been enjoying them. They are very inventive. You've got great comedic timing. I'm like, good for you, man. You should write some skits for me. And you can find those on his Instagram or on his TikTok as Entitled Millennial. The Power Ranger stuff has been really good, man. Like, seriously.
I was telling Ryan last night, I just checked my analytics for the first time ever, and people are watching. So.
This is your life now.
This is my thing.
Start calling yourself the White Power Ranger.
Nope. Now hold on.
Nope.
Wait.
Nope.
Nope. That's a skit, right? That's a skit. That is a great skit. That is a really good one.
Power Morphicon coming up this weekend.
But no joke. That it's really funny. It's keep doing what you're doing because they're very, very funny. You can find more of Ryan as RYNO Digital, Rhino Digital, where he does do some great movie designs. Hey man, have you designed my logo for my Texas-based crematorium? Corpus
Oh,
Christi.
you're Corpus Crispy. God, that sounds like a fucking Andy Sedaris movie title.
I was so proud of myself. I've just been patting myself on the back all week, as usual. But guys, thank you so much. This was a great episode. I know it's been so tough, and honestly, to our listeners at home, I know we've been sort of random. It's going to be at least one more month before we can really get back to our regular schedule. We're just living in a bit of an insane life right now. And we apologize. But at the same time, if you're behind, don't forget there are 150 episodes you can go back and listen to and catch up on all the hilarity that we've been doing. But this was a good episode, guys. Thank you so much. So from Ryan, from Will, and from me, don't watch Stroker Ace.
No. Nope.
Just watch Days of Thunder 3 times.
Yep.
Yes.
Brilliant.
I keep wanting to go into the I don't know why it's like triggering Shania.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like
Let's go, girls.
Man, I feel like a racer.
Did you say racer? Oh, okay.
We're back to
Adding
White
that to the
Ranger.
White Power Rangers.
Oh no, we can't end on that. We can't end on that.
And
all
we
in.
do.